The disabled tyrant's beloved pet fish. Transmigration. Chapter 52. Liu refused to eat. Jingwang also felt very distressed about it. He called Wang Shi over to feed fish. Before, when Xiaoyu had a disagreement with Jingwang, the little carp would still let Wang Shi feed him. Now he was not even giving Wang Gonggong any face. Bastard! You guys are on the same side. Fish is not stupid. Liu very stubbornly starved for 2 days, feeling like his entire fish body had become so skinny that if he didn't pay attention, he'd float away. No matter what he did, Jingwang couldn't make the angry fish happy again. Also, he still didn't know why Xiaoyu was angry. Therefore, he looked for Wang Shi to discuss how to resolve this situation. Because he never let Wang Shi know about Xiaoyu's real identity, he could only explain what was going on with the fish and the person separately. Completely baffled, Wang Gonggong thought that His Highness was encountering 2 different pressing issues. On one side, young Master Li had a falling out with Jingwang and disappeared without a trace. On the other side, Master Fish gave up on living and was refusing to eat. In the past, Master Fish was most important in His Highness's heart. Ever since young Master Li came into the estate, His Highness also pampered young Master Li plenty as well. Wang Shi felt like both sides required serious and careful considerations. He first inquired about what happened before young Master Li became upset. Because Jingwang sent everyone away that day, no one knew what happened. Wang Shi could only go back and ask Jingwang himself. Jingwang used his eye gestures to express himself. Then he also wrote a few words. Wang Shi felt so surprised that he was speechless. So, young Master Li refused to sleep with Jingwang? If this were anyone else, Wang Shi would have dealt with them according to the estate's rules. However, this was young Master Li. His Highness also didn't seem to have any plans to criticize him, so Wang Shi immediately placed the estate rules aside and said to Jingwang, "Your Highness, the top priority is to first find young Master Li." Hearing this, Jingwang felt somewhat depressed. Xiaoyu refused to change form, which meant he didn't want to see Jingwang. How was he supposed to find Xiaoyu? Wang Shi noticed Jingwang's expression. Young Master Li often moved about inconsistently, perhaps it's not easy to find him. Wang Shi then asked, "Then why did young Master Li left in a hurry? Do you know the reason?" Jingwang shook his head. Wang Shi was only a personal servant. Although he has seen plenty of storms and waves, he didn't really have much romantic experience. He also couldn't think of any plans just by seeing Jingwang's gestures. However, Wang Shi earnestly wanted to help Jingwang and solve his problems. He tactfully stated, regarding young Master Li, "Why don't you ask the heir of Cheng and Gong?" Jingwang was stunned briefly. This was indeed a good idea. Yet Xuěshān was very quickly invited to the estate. "Tianqi, you finally need to request something from me." For Jingwang to ask him something for once, yet Xuěshān was so happy that his face almost split from smiling too much. Jingwang maintained a calm face. Wang Gonggong told Yeshizi everything he knew. Afraid that young Master Li had a thin face, Wang Gonggong did not mention his name. Following His Highness's expression, Wang Gonggong changed how he referred to him as the person that His Highness like. Hearing such a story unexpectedly, yet Xuěshān scratched his chin and said, "It's rare for you to ask me anything. I also want to help you, but you know I..." Yet Xuěshān smiled a bit embarrassingly and continued, "I'm about to get married to the princess. I don't even know what to do myself. I'm afraid I won't be much of a help to you." Jingwang. "However, my mother told me that I should treat the princess well. If I have any bed warmers or concubines, they all must be dismissed. After getting married, I am only allowed to treat the princess well. If I like her, I also need to let her know as soon as possible. A husband and wife shouldn't have fights that last through the night. The Duke and Duchess of Chang'an had been married for dozens of years. They have genuine affection towards each other. The Duchess of Chang'an taught her son plenty of what she knew and imparted to him words from her experience. Yet Xuěshān took those lessons to heart. Although our status is not the same, I think the logic can be applied all the same. If you really cared about him, you should first express your feelings. To immediately want him to sleep with you, aren't you being too impatient? As he listened, Jingwang became somewhat entranced. Was he too impatient? Perhaps a bit. However, no one has ever taught him this. Was Xiao Yu angry because of this? He really should make things clear for Xiao Yu and as well as let Xiao Yu know his feelings. However, Xiao Yu refused to change form and didn't want to see him right now. How was he supposed to remedy the situation? Jingwang sank into deep thought. Yet Xuěshān kept chattering non-stop, excitedly talking about the details of the wedding preparation occurring at Chang'an Palace. Jingwang already stopped listening to him at this point. Things needed to be dealt with separately. The human form Xiao Yu needed an explanation. At the same time, he needed to find a way to make the fish who was starving itself to start eating something. Wang Shi couldn't fathom what's in young Master Li's heart, but he had quite the skill in serving the master fish. Fish refused to eat? It's not like he can pry open the fish's mouth and stuff the food inside it. The only thing they could do was to try to feed it more. Wang Shi suggested that Jingwang should pile all of the food that fish liked to eat in front of the fake mountain cave. Perhaps after a while, the fish would eat it on its own. However, if the food was left out too long, it would soon get spoiled. Wang Shi discussed the matter with the servants who were good at raising fish. The fish's food could be cleaned every day and fresh food could be put in the next day. Jingwang felt that this action made sense. In order to please Xiao Yu, he put out all sorts of delicious food. Although the fish was hungry, it refused to eat it. The time when the servants came to clean out the food was also the most painful time for fish. So much delicious food had gone to waste just like this. Li Yu persevered for 2 days and felt like the entire fish visibly withering away, even his scales lost their shine. Seeing Jingwang anxiously trying to make him happy and summoned plenty of people over to take care of him, Li Yu felt a bit distressed. Jingwang didn't actually know that Li Yu was his pet fish. He might be thinking that his pet fish was sick and stopped eating. Yet recalling the things that Jingwang did to him, fish couldn't help but get angry. Refusing to eat made him feel a little better because he felt like this was a way to get revenge with Jingwang. However, if fish starved for a long period of time, he'd die of starvation first. Wait a second. Li Yu thought absent-mindedly and hungrily. It's not like he did anything wrong. Why should he have to starve himself? Would fish starving himself make Jingwang realize why fish was dissatisfied? It didn't seem possible. Li Yu suddenly thought it through. He can't torture himself just because he was angry. He already starved himself so much that he only had a layer of skin left. The food was placed just not far from him. The last of Li Yu's self-preservation kicked in. Still, he waited for a time when Jingwang wasn't present to weakly swim over. He wanted to quickly eat a little. It was fine if he just ate a little. The little carp finally swam to the entrance of the cave. The smell of food that he had not seen for a long time made him feel moved to tears. However, he didn't even have a chance to take a bite when a servant came along. Seeing that fish didn't touch the food, they sighed and cleaned up all of the fish food that had been there for an entire day. Li Yu. Li Yu was so hungry his head spun. No way. Did this mean he had to wait until tomorrow? Jingwang, who's been secretly peeking at fish from the shadows this entire time, walked over. Seeing fish finally willing to show face, Jingwang thought for a moment and grabbed a handful of fish food. Seeing the big bastard's face, Li Yu subconsciously went to turn away. However, he was almost starving to death. The food in Jingwang's hand continuously tormented his thoughts. Liu was so hungry he had no strength. Unable to swim, he instinctively gave up and watched Jingwang place the fish food in front of him. Liu. Men. Fish needed to be flexible and know when to give way. Moreover, he shouldn't torture himself. He should grow nice and fat so he could torment the scoundrel master. That's right. Fish, who changed his mind, finally started to eat. Jingwang felt half relieved. With a smile, he went to touch the fish's back with his finger. Liu was on guard at this moment. On one hand, he chewed and moved his mouth non-stop, on the other hand, he vigilantly scooted his back away. Don't think a few grains of fish food was enough to bribe him. Eating is fine, but petting is not okay. Jingwang watched the fish devour the food ravenously, the smile hanging on his face dimmed slightly. Liu was too hungry. Eating a little was enough to make him feel stuffed. Jingwang still remembered Wang Shi's words. Fish can't eat too much. Liu just finished swallowing when Jingwang immediately pushed him to swim. After eating his fill, Liu felt some of his anger dissipated and allowed Jingwang to push him. He didn't need to paddle this way anyways. When his belly felt much better, Liu immediately swung his tail haughtily and swam back inside the cave. He still didn't want to sleep on the bed that the big scoundrel gave him. After eating and no longer angry, Liu entered the cute pet system. When he was most flustered, he heard the notification sound of a completed mission. He had many confusing questions he wanted to confirm with the system. Why did his meticulous plan of sharing a drink did not update the mission, yet when the bastard master bullied him, the mission got completed? Was his assumption before wrong? Was that shameless bullying the real meaning of wind, flower, snow, and moon? Liu angrily said, "Give me a reasonable explanation. If you can't give me one, I won't do missions anymore." The shitty system always screwed him over. He's been silently enduring it. However, everything had a limit. Don't think just because he had a good temper, was a good person and well behaved, that system can mess with him non-stop. The system said in a heavy voice, "Host already finished the Tyrant's guppy pet fish main mission. Therefore, the direction of future missions is based on the result of this. The requirement is for the host and the Tyrant to foster an even deeper relationship. Merely drinking together with the Tyrant was not enough to complete this step. Please think about it, host." For once the system was giving him a proper explanation. You're already his pet fish that he wouldn't even exchange for 1,000,000 gold. After this, your relationship can only get even better. Oh, come on. Liu scoffed. Did an even better relationship mean trapping his human form in a blanket and kissing him fiercely? What kind of logic was this? System, but this is indeed even better than being a prized pet fish. No. Liu. The system exposed its expertise in presenting its arguments. Liu became speechless to this question. He still felt like something didn't seem right. Struck by an idea, he pulled out all of the missions that he had completed and looked at them. From this, he discovered a big issue. The titles of the shitty system's missions were often misleading. So much so that in the end, he didn't even find them strange anymore. However, when looking at them together like this didn't seem like raising a pet at all. Instead, it looked more like engaging in a romantic relationship. Stop trying to weasel your way out. So, this was the system's big plot. Liu's fury wasn't any less than when he got his tofu eaten. What pet needed to understand deeply, have an intimate contact and indulge in wine and pleasure with their master? System stated, the main mission, the Tyrant's guppy pet fish and its series of tasks only required host to achieve the corresponding result. You were the one to decide how to complete the tasks whichever way you prefer. The system sounded a bit confusing. Liu pondered for a moment. The system probably was saying this, the Tyrant master treated him like this right now because He was asking for it? Not asking for it? Rather, the tyrant's actions towards the host are the result of the different decisions you made while completing the missions, the system corrected with a serious tone. Liu. If doing the missions would affect the tyrant, why didn't system warn him ahead of time? System replied, because all of the cute pet system missions required for the hosts to complete them wholeheartedly. If you knew ahead of time, your choices would no longer be true to their original intent. Liu, sounds nice, but it's still digging a pit for me right from the start. This made Fish even angrier than having his tofu eaten by Jingwang. Liu asked with a blackened face, is it possible to make Jingwang stop eating my tofu in the future? The system said, Jingwang is the protagonist. System cannot directly control the protagonist. However, you have one opportunity to reset. Once you reset, all of the missions will start back from the beginning again. Liu was startled, I can reset. Liu automatically thought about the consequences of resetting. Would the tyrant's memories and satisfaction value towards him be erased completely? If this was really true, there won't be anything to stress about anymore. However, was doing this fair for Jingwang? Because Liu transmigrated, Jingwang was no longer just lines of words. Instead, he was a real, live human being just like Liu. Casually erasing someone else's memories just because he was unhappy with something didn't seem quite right. Host, you misunderstand, system hastily explained, the cute pet system can only erase the host's memories of the cute pet system to start anew. Jingwang would remain the same. Liu, so, only my memories would be erased. Sounds pretty fancy, but it's like a soft squeezable fruit which couldn't hold its essence. If he didn't have his memories, wouldn't he fall into the same pit anyways? After all, he didn't think there was anything wrong with how he approached the previous missions at all. Was he supposed to let Chang'an Palace Estate and Yeching Huan get framed? Was he supposed to not care about the little fatty? This was just the type of person he was. Even if he restarted, he would still make the same choices. Furthermore, if he had a reset and Jingwang didn't, wouldn't that be even worse? Liu, it's better not to reset. System, if host don't need to reset, then please accept the mission reward. The notification for completing the wind, flower, snow, and moon task popped out. Now that Liu knew a bit of the truth, he felt like a complete mess. At first, he wasn't in the mood to accept, but then he remembered that for this step of the main mission, he especially asked for an addition of a fish pillow. This was still useful to him. Liu said distractedly, give me the pillow to me, but keep everything else. Is there a time limit for the next step? System, no. Liu thought viciously. Then why do the mission? It can wait until he's in the mood. Grabbing the fish pillow, Liu exited the system and returned to the crystal fish tank. He didn't even know how to face his future fish life anymore. Here he thought he was being smart all this while. Yet he was first screwed over by the system, then bullied by Jingwang, and ended up feeling exceptionally miserable. He laid next to the fish pillow. Originally, he planned to use it as a cover for when he changed form. That's why he asked the system for another fish pillow and even ordered that it needed to look exactly like the current him. Sure enough, the fish pillow that he got was the same as his new look with the silver base and gold threads. However, he no longer wanted to change into a human and interact with Jingwang again. If system was so capable, then just turn him into fish bones and fish dust. Liu angrily went to sleep. While he was half asleep and dazed, he suddenly heard someone speak loudly next to him. Did Wang Shi come? Waking up, Liu wanted to hide. However, he could still hear the voices. It wasn't Wang Shi. Liu very quickly identified that these were two voices that he had never heard before. One voice said mysteriously to the other voice, "Does His Highness really plan to do this with such great fanfare?" The other voice replied, "Yes. His Highness cares a lot about young Master Li. I heard that young Master Li disappeared. His Highness believes that young Master Li will come back to check things out. He can only use this kind of method to make sure that young Master Li would get the message. Young Master Li/Li Yu. What was the big scoundrel up to now? The first voice continued to say, this message is written right on the wall. If young Master Li is still inside the estate, he would definitely see it. The two voices gradually moved away. Li Yu angrily thought, what's with this act in front of him? Most likely, Jingwang purposely ordered people to spread these words. However, it did successfully catch his interest. How would a person who couldn't speak pass on a message? What kind of message was it, and why on the wall? While people weren't paying attention, Li Yu took the chance to jump onto the windowsill to glance at the situation outside. One glance was enough. He saw on all of the snow-white walls inside the Jing estate what was written in an extremely large and bold calligraphy script. There's no concubine. I like you. End chapter. The disabled tyrant's beloved pet fish. Transmigration. Chapter 53. For quite a long while, Li Yu was completely and utterly dumbfounded. The big scoundrel actually dared to write such shameless words on all of the white walls in the estate? This made Li Yu so embarrassed he immediately wanted to dive back into the fish tank. 1 second, his thoughts jumped to weird slogans from the modern world. The next second, an image of a confession written on the wall from high school appeared in his head. Perhaps bystanders couldn't understand clearly why these two sentences would be connected together, but Li Yu knew. That day, he criticized Jingwang for mistaking him for a concubine. Jingwang was using this method to explain belatedly that he had no concubine, that the reason why he acted so rudely was only because he liked Li Yu. Like. Li Yu chewed on this word repeatedly, suddenly feeling an ache in his heart. If he and Jingwang were normal people, perhaps he would feel a bit touched at this moment. Putting aside whether he'd accept or not, most people generally enjoyed receiving love confessions. Not to mention, it was done in such a grand and passionate manner that practically shouted Jingwang's affections to the entire world. However, Li Yu didn't actually feel happy. Instead, his mood became even worse. He knew well enough that Jingwang didn't have any concubines. The reason why Li Yu didn't want to see Jingwang again was because he felt humiliated after being treated like he was someone of loose morals by Jingwang. Yet now, Jingwang was using this kind of method to tell him, he wasn't just messing around, that he liked Li Yu. Like. Li Yu knew that this word was a mix between like and love that ancient people used. For Jingwang to feel genuine feelings towards him, to Li Yu, this was even worse than messing around. Li Yu was very aware that he was Jingwang's pet fish. Jingwang liked young Master Li, but that was only because of a series of coincidences that occurred because fish needed to do missions. This kind of feeling was calculated. It was led to go this way. If Li Yu let it continue to develop, what will the system's next mission be? According to the system's logic, it would be something that required a relationship even closer than experiencing wind, flower, snow, and moon together. If he wanted to complete the mission, perhaps he had to do something that would make Jingwang misunderstand even more. Then in the end, perhaps it would be like a lot of the transmigration novels. Perhaps in the end, he would conveniently get together with Jingwang. But he didn't want things to be like this. His feelings were his own, his most precious thing. Being pushed in a certain direction by the system wasn't a very good feeling. In certain matters, he can yield, but in terms of feelings, he definitely won't settle with just anything. Being pushed and coerced were both not okay. Perhaps because he had been a pet fish for such a long time, he always felt an uncontrollable flow of care and concern towards Jingwang. However, that was only the affection that a pet had towards its master. Not the equal and mutual feelings between two people in love. He had no way of accepting Jingwang's feelings calmly, while handing over his own heart in return. Jingwang didn't actually know that young Master Li was fish, but he knew, fish and young Master Li were one and the same. Fish couldn't fall in love Jingwang, therefore young master could not as well. If he took advantage of the situation and accepted Jingwang's feelings despite not liking him like that, it would end up hurting them both. As Liu pondered, a few servants moved next to the white wall closest in his view and started to examine the words on the wall. Liu knew these words were written by Jingwang. Jingwang was very earnestly explaining himself to Liu. Because Liu refused to transform into a human, Jingwang couldn't find his human form. He also couldn't speak verbally. Therefore, he can only write what he wanted to say all over the place for Liu to read if he happened to look around. No matter how juvenile this was, it showed the affection that Jingwang held for him. This was also why Liu inevitably felt somewhat sorrowful after learning that Jingwang liked him that way. During the days that he lived and interacted with Jingwang, he has seen many different sides of Jingwang. He knew that the other was a very good person. He treated both fish and human very well. The Jingwang in the original novel was ruthless and cruel, however towards the person he loved, he was full of passion and attentiveness. Liu knew how Jingwang was but he still couldn't return his feelings. Liu originally thought that he only needed to continue being unresponsive and not appear in his human form such as to not to give Jingwang any false hope. As time passed, Jingwang would gradually forget him. Just like the words written on the wall. Although it caused a sensation within the estate, it wouldn't be long before the servants erased it and cleaned it up, right? The other walls are almost done. Let's finish carving this side. His Highness wants to hurry and put the special ink to make sure it will not fade. Even if young Master Li doesn't come back for a while, he would still be able to see this once he does. Even if the wind and rain blows, there's no need to be afraid that this would be erased. The servants encouraged each other and very quickly started to carve Jingwang's words accordingly into the wall. After they finished carving, they painted it with a special ink that would never fade. Liu, who thought that the appearance of the servant meant they were going to wipe away the graffiti. Liu turned pale in fright. This big scoundrel. Do you know how to spell shame at all? It's already enough that the entire estate saw these words. Now it's going to be passed down for generations upon generations. Thinking about other people in the future, Liu felt choked up. His eyes started to burn again. Using the excuse that the servants were making too much noise as they carved on the wall, Liu weakly jumped off the windowsill and scooted back into the fish tank. He wanted to go back to sleep again, but no matter what, he couldn't fall asleep at all. Clearly, even when he was completely furious, he was still able to fall asleep. Yet seeing the carving, a few simple words on the wall seemed like they were being carved directly into his heart, making him ache in waves. Feeling upset, he wanted to sleep but could only suffered an unrest. The room was completely silent. Suddenly, a clicking sound was heard. The door latch moved and fell to the floor, extremely ear-piercing. Because young Master Li often entered and exited these rooms, Jingwang didn't allow people to lock the door. The door latch hung there only in appearance. Perhaps even the person opening the door never imagined that it would be this easy to enter. A figure quickly flashed in. According to the sound of the footsteps, it wasn't Jingwang. It also wasn't Wang Shi. Liu instantly became vigilant. The person who entered the room had his back to the crystal fish tank. They stood at the door looking all over several times. Liu temporarily forgot his issues and stared at this person in concentration. This person made certain that they weren't being followed, then let out a quiet breath of relief. Turning around, they slowly took a few steps forward. Liu caught a glimpse of this person's unparalleled face, which had an appearance that stood out from the crowd. This person, wasn't this the pampered concubine from the original novel, Xuěshān? Liu was stunned. Ever since the banquet at Jing Estate, he has never seen this person again. He thought that this person was at the third prince or the sixth prince's place, but this person was actually inside Jing Estate? How come Liu didn't know about it? Xuěshān was wearing the uniform for Jing Estate servants. Although a bit plain and simple looking, it's hard to hide his outstanding looks. Li Yu didn't believe that a person without any standing could wander from outside of the estate into the inner courtyard. In other words, Chu Yanyu has been inside the estate all along. Jing Wang was in charge of everything inside the Jing estate. Chu Yanyu's presence couldn't have been concealed from Jing Wang. Therefore, Jing Wang should have been the one who permitted Chu Yanyu to stay. Just like how Jing Wang allowed Li Yu to stay. However, back then when the third prince wanted to give this person away to Jing Wang clearly refused outright. Did he take back that decision? So much for there's no concubine. Li Yu thought somewhat sourly. If there was no concubine, then why was this pampered concubine here? Li Yu was even kept completely in the dark about this. How truly outrageous. Since he already had someone, then why still confess to Li Yu? Humph. Fish hated scoundrels who stepped on two ships like this the most. In his heart, Li Yu gave the bastard Jing Wang a huge X. Chu Yanyu walked in front of the crystal fish tank and curiously looked at the fish who was swimming around. Everyone in the estate said that Jing Wang was raising a koi. Chu Yanyu once saw Jing Wang's fish from a distance but never managed to get closer. He only remembered that this fish was black and dirty looking. Now he discovered that this fish was silver and was sparkling all over. There was even a layer of gold on its stomach and tail area, which swayed and shone in splendors as it swam. One look and it's enough to tell that this was no ordinary fish. With this appearance, it definitely could only be a koi. Jing Wang loved and pampered this fish a lot. Looks like it wasn't without reason. Chu Yanyu finished appreciating the fish's appearance and attempted to pick up the jade boxes on the table. Opening them, he discovered that one box only held a red-colored dry food. The other jade box held plenty of miniature-sized desserts. Chu Yanyu closed the box holding the dessert and picked up the dry food for a whiff, concluding that it should be the fish food. Brows furrowed faintly, Chu Yanyu looked as if he didn't like the smell of this fish food. Nevertheless, he still grabbed a handful and walked in front of the fish tank. Li Yu thought Chu Yanyu had free time, so he came to feed fish. Yet Chu Yanyu actually lowered his head, and said quietly, "You better behave. This is a rare opportunity for me." Li Yu. Did Chu Yanyu know that Li Yu could understand human language and was currently talking to him? Li Yu was somewhat surprised. However, this should be impossible. He immediately recovered. Chu Yanyu shouldn't have known that he was a transmigrated fish. He probably only enjoyed talking to himself while no one was around. But Li Yu really can understand everything. How very awkward. Li Yu pretended he didn't understand at all and lifelessly blew a bubble. Chu Yanyu didn't suspect anything and continued to talk. To be unable to meet His Highness after entering the estate for this long is a result of my incompetence. Apparently, there's already a young masterly who was extremely favored. But I really can't understand. The extremely favored young masterly, Li Yu? What can't you understand? Pausing, Chu Yanyu lowered his eyes and smiled slightly. I can't understand, just where am I lacking in comparison to this young masterly? I once saw him from afar. I don't think my looks are any less, so why would His Highness fancy him while treating me as if I didn't exist? Luckily, I finally understood later. Chu Yanyu chattered onward excitedly, almost like someone talking in their sleep. The biggest difference between me and young masterly is that he is the person helping His Highness raise his fish. He only managed to get close to His Highness because of the fish. If the same opportunity were given to me, I definitely wouldn't be inferior to him. Now the opportunity has arrived. Chu Yanyu smiled warmly and said, young masterly has become overly spoiled and left without saying goodbye. It's a nice scheme of loosening the reins to hold on tighter to make His Highness even more enamored with him. However, he's not the only person in this estate who can raise a fish and feed a fish. For example, there's me. I can completely replace him. Also, I definitely will do everything better than him. Chu Yanyu threw the food in front of Li Yu. For a second, his beautiful, faintly smiling face twisted somewhat as his expression gradually turned cold. Liu. All of the scales on Liu's body felt like they were rising. He felt like Xuěshān seemed to have gone crazy or was possessed. It's not normal at all. According to Xuěshān's words, he didn't seem to have lived well inside the Jing estate and was completely ignored by Jingwang. Unable to be summoned, he came over in an attempt to dig young Master Li's wall. Tisk. What are you digging at? Quit making it seem like he and the big scoundrel had something between them. So you came to curry favor from this fish in order to cling to Jingwang later on. The fish food that Xuěshān threw down followed the water current and landed in front of Liu. Xuěshān used an ice-cold expression to look at the fish. Liu unconsciously moved back. People had many sides to them. How did the proud and lofty, pampered concubine from the novel bloom into a black lotus? Liu felt that Xuěshān was very dangerous. Of course, he wouldn't eat the food that Xuěshān gave him. The fish food fell past the fish's mouth, but the fish didn't take a bite. Xuěshān's expression instantly turned malevolent. He really didn't spend his days inside the Jing estate very well. After entering the estate, he received corporal punishment and practically lost half his life. There was no doctor to treat him. The other people in Qingshi courtyard only cared about themselves and were not concerned if he lived or died. Xuěshān secretly sent letters to the sixth prince. The first few times were all failures. In the end, the sixth prince finally replied, wanting him to continue to stay in Jing estate and try to gain Jingwang's trust again. Xuěshān rubbed the letter that the sixth prince sent to him over and over again while feeling as if knives were twisting in his heart. His true love, the sixth prince, still had high expectations for him. Yet he can't even see Jingwang's face. How can he help the sixth prince? Xuěshān thought day in and night out, almost like he was half crazed. Since he had already reached such a state, even if he had to abandon all dignity, it didn't matter what he had to do, he needed to obtain Jingwang's affections. Xuěshān already didn't have any more money on him. He had no choice but to use a method that he disdained the most. After maintaining an ambiguous relationship with a guard for a few days and getting plenty of benefits out of it, he finally received an opportunity to enter the inner courtyard. He heard that Jingwang's new favorite, young Master Li, had been throwing a tantrum recently and ran away from the estate. Xuěshān decided to seize this time to seduce Jingwang at once. According to Xuěshān's assumptions, young Master Li only enjoyed Jingwang's favor because he was the closest in proximity, using the fact that he was raising the fish. If he, Xuěshān, can also raise the fish, then there'd be no need for young Master Li at all. But now that he was actually here, this fish refused to eat the fish food he dropped. No matter. Xuěshān gave a cold smile. Right in front of the fish, he poured a bag of brown-colored powder into a teacup and gave it a swirl. Liu. Pampered concubine, are you sure you want to drug Jingwang? And that's a teacup used by fish to wander around. Jingwang doesn't even drink from that. End chapter. The disabled tyrant's beloved pet fish. Transmigration. Chapter 54. Liu looked at Xuěshān with a complicated expression. Because of Liu's increased in size, these teacups inside the room were also very big. Did Xuěshān not feel like something was strange with them? Actually, Xuěshān can't be blamed for this. Liu mostly jumped around in Jingwang's room and not so much outside. However, Jingwang had ordered people to prepare such teacups. This made some people gain a misconception. Xuěshān thought that Jingwang just happened to have a habit of using teacups that were several times larger than normal teacups. The brown-colored powder dissolved in the water and became invisible, not leaving behind any traces. Liu was worried. He didn't know what kind of drug Xuěshān used. It shouldn't be arsenic since Xuěshān touched it with his bare hands. Liu's instincts told him that it shouldn't be toxic poison or anything of that sort. Even if it was placed in the wrong place. There shouldn't be a problem. Liu did his best to convince himself not to worry. However, Xuěshān already straightened up and discovered that such teacups were placed pretty much all over the room. Xuěshān exerted quite the effort to enter this room. How can he allow any slip-up to occur in his plan? He began to obstinately put the powdered drug in every single one of the teacups. Liu thought distressingly. How much of this drug did the pampered concubine bring? On Jingwang's table, there was a massive red lotus teacup that was as large as a soup bowl. Xuěshān didn't even leave this one alone. In addition to the red lotus cup, he also targeted the much smaller glass cup on the side. Liu didn't dare to make any sounds. The pampered concubine might not know it, but he did. That glass cup was what Jingwang used normally. Through this manner, the pampered concubine managed to drug the right one. After Xuěshān finished putting the potion on all of the cups, he looked at the last bag of powder in his hand with some trepidation. Some noises came from outside the door. Someone was coming. Xuěshān stopped hesitating. He quickly opened the last bag of powder and swallowed it. Liu. Now Liu was certain that Xuěshān wasn't using poison. If it were poison, then he would definitely not swallow it. What kind of drug was this that even Xuěshān had to take it? Liu got embarrassed as he recalled, in court drama novels, if it's not poison, then it's aphrodisiac, right? The pampered concubine who had completely ignored Jingwang in the original novel was now rushing forward to drug Jingwang with an aphrodisiac. And this fish just happened to catch sight of it accidentally. Really, fish felt like he was struck by lightning and was charred inside out. Xuěshān coughed lightly a few times and quickly wiped away the powder left behind on the corners of his mouth. Then he smoothed the wrinkles on his clothes and grabbed another handful of fish food. He stood in front of the fish tank in a feeding position. Jingwang pushed the door open and entered by his lonesome. Xuěshān feigned surprised and put down the fish food. He greeted Jingwang respectfully, "Your Highness." Right behind Xuěshān, in the crystal fish tank, Liu watched the big and tall figure walk closer and closer. Thinking about how this guy shamelessly confessed to him, Liu couldn't help but feel his heartbeat pick up speed inexplicably. Unconsciously moving back, Fish hugged the fake mountain closely. Jingwang didn't even look at Xuěshān who had knelt down to greet him. Instead, he walked directly towards the fish tank. "Liu, the big scoundrel is really coming over here." Liu subconsciously wanted to dive into the cave inside the fake mountain. Suddenly, he remembered that Jingwang still didn't know that Fish was young Master Li and young Master Li was Fish. What's there to be scared of? "Liu, I mustn't hide. I mustn't. This has nothing to do with Fish." "Oh right. Also the drug that Xuěshān placed all over just now. Although this has nothing to do with Fish, should he warn Jingwang?" However, as soon as Jingwang entered, he only looked at Fish. His deep pitch-black eyes seemed like they were looking right through the layer of fish skin and was seeing through his human heart. Liu felt a chill ran down his spine from this stare. Somehow, he felt guilty and quickly hid behind a water plant near the fake mountain. "Your Highness," Xuěshān felt like he was being wronged after kneeling for so long. He was kneeling right in front of Jingwang, why was he only looking at the fish and not him? However, he knew at least that in front of this fish, he had no status to speak of. This also indicated that he made the right choice by using this fish. Xuěshān took a deep breath and said with a smile, "Your Highness, I originally passed by unintentionally and discovered that this fish has been starving for quite a while without anyone to feed it. I barged in recklessly. Please forgive me, Your Highness." Xuěshān thought that the reason he received a beating last time was because he didn't figure out Jingwang's feelings correctly. Jingwang probably didn't like people who acted without permission. Therefore, he will yield first and admit his mistake to Jingwang. In reality, he was also pointing out that he was doing this for the fish. As long as he can grab onto to the things that Jingwang liked, Jingwang would definitely notice him. Sure enough, because he mentioned fish, Jingwang gave him a glance. But it was only one glance. However, Xuěshān knew that Jingwang was not sending him out. This meant that he can stay. He felt like he was getting closer and closer to young Master Li's position now. Jingwang didn't make Xuěshān go out. Liu felt somewhat awkward because normally when Jingwang was inside this room, he usually wouldn't let outsiders stay. Was he finally treating the pampered concubine differently now? Such a big scoundrel. Liu angrily swung his tail several times, accidentally breaking the water grass that he was hiding behind. Liu. Jingwang's hearing was very good. He even noticed the snapping of the water grass and instantly shifted his sharp gaze over. Liu immediately curled up the trouble-causing tail. HMP. Do whatever you like. Important things must be said 3 times. He was only a fish. Who Jingwang liked and who Jingwang kept had nothing to do with fish. Jingwang looked at his fish for a while. Seeing that the fish didn't swim over, Jingwang also didn't reach out to annoy the fish. Jingwang walked over to the table and sat down. Xuěshān figured the drug he ate was almost about to take effect. He said in a soft gentle voice to Jingwang, "Your Highness, let me pour you a cup of tea to moisten your throat." Liu couldn't help but swim closer to the wall of the crystal fish tank. For the pampered concubine to be so forward, was the original Gong and Xiaopier from the novel finally about to create sparks? He should be happy. Perhaps if Jingwang and Xuěshān got together, he wouldn't think about Liu anymore. However, Liu knew clearly that Xuěshān had drugged the tea. Was he supposed to just sit back and watch? Liu was very hesitant and couldn't decide. On one hand, it was beneficial to him. On the other hand, that was the big scoundrel that gave him quite a headache. He wasn't some saint. He was fine only caring about himself and making a choice that only benefited himself. Jingwang and Xuěshān were the original pair in the original novel anyways. Liu wasn't the one who put that aphrodisiac in the teacups. At most, he could be considered as only a bystander. If he couldn't get over his conscience, he could just ask the system for a reset. That way, he would have no more guilty feelings and continued to live as a happy, lively fish. There was really no need to feel so conflicted. Your Highness, I don't know which teacup you use. Xuěshān's obediently sweet voice sounded again. This Xuěshān was already not the same as the proud, arrogant, and haughty youth from the banquet. Liu felt his heart shiver. Xuěshān was purposely making the inquiry here in order to keep Jingwang from being suspicious. Liu knew that Xuěshān was about to act soon. Jingwang slightly turned his head, as if about to reply. Big scoundrel, just ignore him. In panic, Liu thought hastily. However, there's no way Jingwang could hear a fish's thoughts. His distant gaze glanced at the glass cup next to the lotus teacup. Xuěshān understood what he meant and picked up the glass cup with both hands, holding it before Jingwang. He thought for a moment, then still submissively kneeled down. From Jingwang's angle, the other should be able to see his figure like this. Xuěshān's face already started to feel hot. He felt like this should be the effect of the aphrodisiac. Moreover, he has never actually enticed anyone so boldly before. For once, he felt flustered. This was very much different from exchanging a few teasing words with the guard. Very quickly, he will be conquering this man before him. Your Highness, please drink this tea. Calming himself, Xuěshān persuaded Jingwang with a soft voice. Jingwang accepted the cup, his long thin fingers rubbing the edge of it. Liu knew this was one of Jingwang's habits. He was very likely to drink in the next second. Why would Jingwang's vigilance be this low? Before people of royal descent drink tea, shouldn't there be a silver needle used to test for poison? All right, the silver needle might not be able to test out something like an aphrodisiac. But where was the servant who tested food and drinks ahead of time for the master? How come they didn't appear? There was no time for Li Yu to think more carefully on this. Jingwang was about to pick up the cup. In this kind of perilous situation, Li Yu couldn't help but felt like he must do something. Regardless of who Jingwang liked and who Jingwang got together with in the end, Li Yu couldn't accept Jingwang getting drugged like this. Li Yu's logic was, if Jingwang really liked Xuěshān, then he wouldn't get in the way. However, if aphrodisiac was used, how was this kind of despicable method any different from coercion? He couldn't accept this either. Xuěshān already poured aphrodisiac in every teacup prepared for fish. It was impossible for Li Yu to jump over as a fish and knock over the teacup in Jingwang's hand. If humans came in contact with an aphrodisiac, they would burn with desire. If a fish came in contact with it, perhaps he would become a cooked fish. Seeing that he couldn't rely on anyone else but himself, Li Yu can only change into his human form to warn Jingwang verbally. Although he was still angry, in this kind of urgent situation, it was necessary to have a sense of priority and put aside his bad temper. Li Yu secretly took out the fish pillow from his portable storage space and threw it in the crystal fish tank, randomly placing it inside. Then picking an angle that Xuěshān and Jingwang most likely won't see, he swam to the edge of the crystal fish tank and jumped out. Despite apparently listening to Xuěshān speak, Jingwang has been following the fish from the corner of his eyes this entire time. Discovering that fish jumped out, he heard fish landing on the floor with a clear sound. Xuěshān also heard this and was just about to turn his head. In a moment of desperation, Jingwang lightly used his fingertip to flick the edge of the cup. Xuěshān's attention immediately returned to Jingwang. "Your Highness, did you need something? Why hasn't Jingwang drank the drugged drinks yet?" Xuěshān felt like he was on fire in panic. Jingwang smiled and then picked up the teacup, moving it to the side of his mouth in an unhurried manner. Xuěshān looked at him with eyes full of anticipation. Jingwang looked past Xuěshān and saw that after the fish landed on the floor, it used its tail as a support and made a carefree arc around the bend, sliding behind the cupboard. Jingwang, who discovered that the carpio's tail could be used like this. Lost in thought for a moment, Jingwang then secretly glanced at the fish tank. He was worried that Xuěshān would discover that the fish inside the fish tank had disappeared. He was just about to cancel his plans and ensure that Xuěshān wouldn't notice when he saw that inside the huge crystal fish tank there was a silver-colored fish was facing head down and bumping into the stone bed in a strange fashion and not swimming at all. Jingwang. Jingwang saw a fake fish that looked the same as the carpio before. He was very certain that this one was also fake because the real one had already jumped out. Maybe it's a doppelganger skill. Jingwang, who had a little bit of knowledge in cultivation, rubbed his brows. At least now he no longer needed to worry about Xuěshān discovering something. Jingwang picked up the teacup once again while estimating the speed of human Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu was even faster than he imagined. Not long afterwards, he jumped out and shouted, "Your Highness, you can't drink that. He's finally here." Jingwang pressed his lips together and completely placed the teacup to the side. Xuěshān jumped in shock from the youth that suddenly appeared out of nowhere, his fingernails digging deeply into his palms. The youth that ruined his plans was wearing bluish-green robes, white teeth and bright-eyed, slim and graceful. This was the young Master Li who had apparently run away from the estate and left. With a frown, Xuěshān felt a wave of frustration in his heart. Young Master Li had already left, so why did he come back? Was he unhappy that his position was being threatened so he came back to take Xuěshān down? Did young Master Li already discovered that he had drugged the tea? Impossible. Xuěshān was very sure that when he was putting the aphrodisiac, he was the only person in the room. What do you mean? Why can't he drink it? Xuěshān questioned resentfully. The aphrodisiac was already placed anyway. If he showed any signs of hesitation, it would only make Jingwang suspicious. Li Yu couldn't care about much else right now. He walked forward and tugged on Jingwang's sleeve, saying loudly, "Your Highness, you can't drink this. The drink was drugged." Xuěshān looked towards Li Yu in surprise. These words were just spoken when Wang Shi walked in with a large group of guards. Li Yu froze. In a flash, Jingwang gripped his hand tightly. Jingwang gave Wang Shi a nod. Wang Shi immediately ordered the guards to seize Xuěshān. Xuěshān still held on to a hint of hope and struggled non-stop as he beseeched, "Your Highness, it wasn't me. You can't just listen to young Master Li's one-sided words." Xuěshān was only forcing himself to remain calm. When he discovered that Wang Shi picked up all of the teacups inside the room to be taken away, he finally realized that something wasn't quite right. Why would Wang Gonggong know that he placed the drug in all of these teacups? Also the drug that he took ahead of time. Xuěshān looked at his own uncontrollably trembling legs. This was what made him despair the most. What will happen to him in a bit? In any case, it can't be what he had wanted, which was Jingwang's trust and affections. Wang Shi took the trouble making Xuěshān away like a gust of wind. Only Jingwang and Li Yu were left in the room. Wang Gonggong understood that His Highness must have many heartfelt words that he wanted young Master Li to know. He thoughtfully helped the two and closed the door. During the days while young Master Li was angry, His Highness and his days both passed with difficulty. Wang Shi truly hoped that young Master Li would quickly change his mind. As the door closed again, the room returned to its peace and quiet once more. Li Yu coldly squinted at Jingwang. Jingwang was unable to express his happiness with words, so he moved directly to hug Li Yu. Li Yu smacked away Jingwang's outstretched hands and said coldly, "Don't tell me that you already knew that Xuěshān drugged the cups beforehand." The situation just now was all sorts of strange. If Li Yu wasn't too worried out of his mind, he would have guessed this long ago. Hesitating for a second, Jingwang nodded. Ever since Xuěshān intercepted Xiongfeng the last time, he entered Jingwang's list of priority people to watch and guard against. As soon as Xuěshān started something again, Jingwang was immediately notified. Otherwise, how could an outsider enter the inner courtyard so easily? The aphrodisiac that Xuěshān obtained by exchanging everything he had was long switched out by Jingwang into harmless grounded bean powder. He also made certain earlier that there were no weapons on Xuěshān and that he would surely not do anything to the fish. Otherwise, Jingwang wouldn't have easily allowed Xuěshān to enter the room. He didn't care who was behind Xuěshān. He only wanted to use Xuěshān to force the human Xiaoyu to come out. There's an ancient saying that said one day without seeing each other was like being separated by 3 autumns. Before he never believed this, but now he was experiencing this feeling very well. In the last few days when Xiaoyu refused to interact with him and hid from him, Jingwang felt like there was a darkness expanding in his heart, making him even capable of doing the most outrageous things. No need to mention simply using a dispensable chess piece. He filled the walls with words that he wanted to say to Xiaoyu, but Xiaoyu still didn't appear. He was afraid that Xiaoyu would hide from him for a lifetime, so he had no choice but to use this plan. Xuěshān was practically plotting against Jingwang right before Xiaoyu's eyes. Jingwang made a gamble that Xiaoyu wouldn't be able to bear watching this and would definitely appear in person. When that happened, he would be able to let Xiaoyu know how he felt. This scheme was really very risky, but he had almost blind faith towards Xiaoyu. Fortunately, he won the bet and finally saw the human Xiaoyu like he wished. Jingwang was very happy. The cruel and vicious urges inside his heart already dissipated. However, when Xiaoyu received confirmation that Jingwang had known ahead of time about Xuěshān's scheme, the youth's face turned greenish-black, then white and then greenish-black again. Jingwang's instinct told him that Xiaoyu wasn't very happy again. The youth before him lowered his eyes and rubbed his face, saying resentfully, "You're tricking me again." Li Yu had no choice but to transform in order to save Jingwang because he didn't want Jingwang to be hurt. However, now that he knew it was all a scheme by Jingwang to probably force him to appear once again, Li Yu felt like he was utterly humiliated. He still hasn't recovered from being deceived the first time. At this moment, the fury in his heart reached its peak once again because of Jingwang's scheme. What I hate the most is when others deceive me, Liu said coldly. Breaking free from Jingwang's hand, he punched Jingwang right in the middle of his chest and then ran out of the room without looking back. End chapter.